Where are the best opportunities that you see in Latin America right now? Where do clients want to talk to you about?
Yeah, well, lately you have in Latin America different situations. You have some countries coming back, like for example would be Argentina. It's a country that was completely forgotten by international investors, and now it's opening up with very good political leadership, and investors are very interested in seeing opportunities there. Probably a very good story over the next 5 years. You have a country like Brazil, maybe similar to what South Africa was. I mean, they are having right now all these corruption scandals, but that's a good thing because it's changing and improving institutions there in a very quick way, and the country is probably going out of one of the biggest recessions. So interesting story there. Brazil, Argentina, big countries, liquid, good financial markets that you can play, or currencies or bonds, and good dynamics probably over the next 5 years. That's one of the main topics.
Look, the alpha in markets at the moment that everybody talks about is politics, and it is manifested in currency. What we've got for our viewers, this is dollar rand. I've got a maximum, I've got a dollar real coming very, very shortly. But yesterday we saw a price movement on the far right-hand side, on the far left-hand side. This is standard deviation. There's a median in the middle. We saw a price smack yesterday, more than 2 standard deviations away from the median. But you say this is small beer compared to the real, and sort of get used to these kind of moves.
Yeah, first of all, we were talking before about the pound collapsing and now the rand. I mean, South America, we are used to this very, very large movement. If you look at the real...
There's the real for you over 1992. Well, instant production for you.
That's dramatic moves, in our opinion. So when you are used to this, the other things look like much more calm. Brazil, the currency effect over the last 5 years outpaced any possibility of investment return that you had. If you got the currency wrong, you got the investment wrong, and the opposite. So watching currencies in emerging markets is one of the key risks that you have to manage when you invest there.
Yeah, and some investors in the FTSE and even smaller caps here are probably making the same call right now as well. In terms of your investors' appetite for Brazil, then, what are the best place to play? What's the best place to play the Brazilian story? You talk to investors in Europe and in North America and elsewhere about putting money into Latin American markets. What are the best ways? Because they're looking for yield a lot of the time.
Yeah, yield is there. I mean, we see that as soon as, for example, a couple of months ago, the Fed doesn't look like it's going to increase interest rates. Investors flow into Latin America, and Brazil was the best performing market this year. So very strong flows related to macro environments. But one trend that seems to be coming is commodities coming back. You know, all of Latin America is a commodity export-driven economy, and basically mining, oil, most of these markets are looking like prices is improving.
Well, prices may be improving. This is the Fed hike, the odds of a hike, and the MSCI. It's still a bit shaky on the Fed, isn't it? I mean, the probability of a hike is coming. There's still a potential for a drawdown on the back of a hike, isn't there?
Absolutely, and actually those macro factors seem to be much stronger than they used to be before. You know, we may have thought over the last 3 months that Brazilian performance was driven by a better political situation, improving economy, but as soon as the Fed changes, the market collapses 10–15%.